press play every time.
The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. Hey, the funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. Hey.
My name is Halo Thomas, and you're listening to the Funny Don't Stop show.
Yeah!
Yeah, she is right. She is right, because it don't stop. It does not stop. I swear, every single week I've been here with you guys, it is non-stop laughter. I leave with a headache every week with you guys. Like, I really appreciate laughing with you guys every week.
Yeah, I do too, man.
You guys have fun every week?
Oh, yeah, it's
every week.
Big fun.
Okay, so what's up, y'all? My name is Alex Thomas, and I am the host of
The Funny Don't Stop Show!
That's what's up. Hey, we do this every single week. We have a ball. We get to talk mess about anything and everything under the roof. Is that what everything under the roof?
Yeah, everything
under the sun,
Under the sun, everything under the roof. I always get confused with that. Under the sun, under the roof, yeah. But as you guys know, I could not do this show without my amazing cast of friends and people that are funny also, people that I love and respect. And I'm going to start right here with my girl, Blingin' Betsy. Betsy Cox in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Betsy?
Thanks, Alex.
How are you, Betsy?
Alex, you know me, I'm always good. I'm alive, I'm breathing, so I'm good.
And every time I look at your Instagram, you are literally working your ass off as a stand-up comic. I love that. Like, dude, how many days a week are you on stage?
Oh my God, as many as I can be. If it's not a show, I'm in a workout room. You know me, killing myself as usual.
Always writing, always coming up with some new material.
100%.
She works.
Hey, I'm telling you, one day, like when this show gets bigger and bigger, we're gonna go on that the Funny Don't Stop show tour. You know that?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Come on, that's gonna be huge. You know, you and of course this man right here to my left, the internet sensation all around funny guy, Mr. Savvy Amusing in the building.
What up, man?
Yeah.
What up, Savvy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You know, I just, like I say, man, I look for this platform to have a good time, ventilate, ask questions, whatever, you know, however the spirit moves me, man. And one of the things I wanted to talk about early on in the introduction, bro, I cannot figure out this stand-up comedy trade.
You've been doing it, what, 2 years now?
I've been doing it 2 years now, but see, here's the crazy thing about it. I'll walk in an all-black room, kill it.
Right.
Like ribs hurting, killing it.
Right.
I'll walk in a mixed room, Hispanic, black, kill it. But for whatever goddamn reason,
Walk into a white room.
the white people are looking at me like I'm speaking fucking German. And I can't figure it out, man, because you get caught up in between, like, okay, do I have to be fake?
Well, listen, you got a white girl's laughing her ass off at you right now, so I don't know what's the problem.
I have no idea, because it's not just Blingin' Betsy. Like, I've done shows before with an all-white crowd and killed it, but as of late, they ain't been really feeling it.
Yeah, maybe it's a reflection of the politics and what's going on in society today, man. You know, I hate to be that guy, but maybe, you know, people are just a little bit more polarized today. So.
Maybe, because it's like certain things you talk about, they're kind of looking at you like, oh man, I don't know if I should laugh at that one.
Well, they don't, and a lot of times they don't get it because, you know, you got to remember too, you're in LA.
Right.
And it's the white rooms. It's probably like a bunch of like Instagram white privilege rooms.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I talk about like growing up, I never took a shower till I was 14 and I slept at a friend's. We didn't have a shower. That is like the Golden Gate in heaven, fountain privilege just rolling down your back. They don't get that. They don't get that.
And you know what it is, too? I'm just I get it. Throw my little 2 cents in from doing comedy 25 years. What happens is white rooms are much more politically correct.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Black rooms are just like, we don't give a fuck if it's funny. We're going to laugh. We're not judging you. We're not going joke by joke.
Right.
We're not, you know, when you touch on certain subjects in certain rooms, they're like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that
I don't know
one.
if I can laugh at that. Is it okay? You're like, motherfucker, I'm the one telling the jokes.
Right.
So, of course, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's just what you're going to learn, Savvy, is like I always tell you, because I talk to Savvy like he's like my little brother in comedy, right? A lot of times with white rooms, it's much more conversational.
Yeah.
I've seen white comics literally get up and you feel like they're mumbling for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And they will still get reaction.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like our punchlines. Our punchlines are like, if you're not funny, your ass can get booed or get the fuck off the stage.
Right.
They don't judge them like us.
Yeah.
They don't have the Apollo system. You know, the Apollo system, like, motherfucker, if you ain't funny in 3 minutes, we about to boo you.
You up out of
Right.
here.
We about to throw these, we about to
Right.
jingle these keys.
Right.
We about to throw these chicken bones at you.
Yeah.
Right.
We about to boo you.
Right.
They don't have that fear in comedy. But what happens is, I've seen black comics who destroy black rooms. They go to a all-white room, you would think they've been doing comedy 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they're almost like they're so black
Yeah.
that the average white person doesn't get it. Whereas, take for instance my material. I grew up around white people.
Yeah.
I have a universal side of me.
Yeah.
And I have a real ghetto side of me.
Yeah.
If you came and saw me at the Comedy Magic Club on a Wednesday night, where the youngest person in the room is a 45-year-old claims adjuster that's white,
Claims a
you're not going to see the same set I would do at
insurance
Chocolate
guy.
Sunday.
A what? A claims
A
adjuster?
45-year-old claims adjuster that lives in Manhattan Beach. You know what I mean? And he was in varsity speech and debate. He was in the Glee Club.
Yeah.
And I know how I have jokes just for those crowds.
Yeah.
And you've only been in it 2 years.
Yeah, just 2 years.
You will start to have sets that you could do in a super white room.
Yeah.
And then you'll have that set that you could do in the super ghetto room. Now the crazy
Yeah.
thing about it is white comics don't have to have 2 sets.
Yeah.
They don't have to
just got
have
one.
a white set and a black set. No, it's like they can get famous, they can get TV shows and never have to deviate.
Right.
We have to think, ooh, that's too harsh. That'll rub people the wrong way. That has something to do with gay. That's gonna be, it's sad that it's that way now.
Yeah, but
we're
is.
being judged. You can't say this, you can't say that. Well, in our rooms, you can say any fucking thing.
Anything goes.
If it's funny, but so don't let it get you down.
Word.
You just got to practice in both rooms. I always tell young black comics, practice both rooms, because if you get caught up in just one rhythm, you will not be able to. I'll never forget. I did the Montreal Comedy Festival 20 years ago, and I had to follow Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Right? And I was terrified of Bernie Mac. I love Bernie Mac, but he was a superstar, and he was super funny. And, I've seen him get standing ovations, but this was an all-white room in Montreal.
Right.
Okay.
He goes on. I'm thinking there's no way in the world I can follow him. I'm like, oh my God, I flew my own self up here to Montreal, and I'm about to bomb in back of this motherfucker. When I tell you I was nervous as fuck, I'm like, oh my God. And this is all the industries out here, and everybody's here to see you.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac went on, dude. You would think he was speaking
Yeah.
backwards Japanese. Sit it like motherfucker. Sit it like motherfucker. They had no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
Crazy.
Right.
Not that he's not funny. It's just in that super white Canadian crowd.
Right.
It's like he was speaking another language.
He's
I
one of
went
the
up-
funniest comics
one of
in
the
the
funniest
world.
comics in the history.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm giving you the example
Yeah.
of you're not the only one. So I went up there and did some goddamn hockey material.
Right.
I went up there and did some of my Cub Scout jokes. Ain't that bullshit? Standing ovation.
And it worked.
And that let me know as a young comic, oh my God, I'm so happy I worked white rooms also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when the true test came.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
just saying that to not
Yeah,
discourage
it's
you.
motivating. Like
Keep
if
working,
a
dude.
legendary comic got a reaction like that, then I'm not exempt. I just got to keep working.
You just got to keep working, man.
Yeah.
You want to work both rooms. That's all it is. You
Yeah.
got to work both rooms.
Yeah, but one reason I do it though, Alex, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to fuck around with it. I didn't never take stand up comedy as an easy craft. I didn't just jump off the internet and say, "Hey, let me do these jokes now."
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna take some work, and that's why I started exercising the craft and not trying to bring internet jokes to the stage because it doesn't work.
Yeah. And the same thing applies to the business world too, man. It's such a reflection of what real world society is. A lot of times people aren't, acclimated to talking into quote unquote white rooms and
Yeah.
talking into business deals. And so when you go into these rooms, a lot of people don't even know how to speak. And so they're thinking what
That's
I
so
talk
true.
to effectively in a
So
black
true.
room to get a deal done.
Yeah.
Then I get into a white room and people looking at me like, next. And you're
Right.
like, what did I say? What wasn't I doing? So I think that applies to all aspects of life, even sports. A lot of the players, they think I've arrived, but you still have to work the system because we are the minority. And sometimes we in such a small bubble, we forget
Yeah.
that we are still the minority and we have to know how to, be a chameleon into different environments.
Let me tell you something,
true,
man.
man.
I'm not even going to mention names, but there's big name black comics out there right now that if there was not a black night at the rooms, You know,
Yeah.
everyone has the black.
Yeah, got the
Yeah.
one
Black
black
Factory's got chocolate Sundays. You
Right.
know, Mondays at the Improv.
Right.
And you got what's the you know, Tuesday nights used to be my night at the comedy store. You know, holla at your boy Thursdays. You know,
Right.
all up in your Fridays.
They're the best
Right.
rooms out there.
Don't get me wrong, they're fun. They're fun, but a lot of those comics, if you got them on a lily white night,
Right.
Yeah.
you would think they've never done comedy before. That's why I'm not impressed. I'm sorry if you're a one-trick pony. I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Right.
Come to like the Comedy Magic Club on a Wednesday. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about some of these guys that their stuff is so ghetto that like you can't even come speak to another crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would be like, yeah. That's why you need to practice in both rooms.
But you know what's really a really sucky sort of thing, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. The industry is actually the one that pigeonholes you.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
these
I agree with that.
Latina, specials. Like, why can't we just have specials?
Yep.
Let's get black,
It's
Latinas,
unfortunate.
white,
You are-
everybody.
you are
Why do we
absolutely
have
right.
to be in a pigeonhole? Like I do Latina rooms. I know what material I'm gonna do about
Exactly.
killing my husband if he leaves me.
Right.
White feminists probably don't like that. They want me to be okay
Right.
with being on my own.
Right.
I've been with that motherfucker since he was growing up.
Right,
Like, I'm
right.
taking him down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I talk about growing up when I'm in a black
Right,
room,
right.
but the way I grew up and family stuff. But like the thing is like the industry shouldn't pigeonhole. And so when
They
you
shouldn't.
feel that way, it really is a big industry thing too, because it's like nobody should have to have a black room, a Hispanic room.
But you
a
know
white-
what, Betsy? It just kind of is the way it is. Like, let's
Yeah.
talk about you, right? You are funny as fuck. You have a certain energy that I've seen you in both rooms, and I've seen you kill. How do you do it? So, for example, there's young white female comics out there listening right now, and they want to know how do they either alter their sets or how do you go about this material? Let them know, like,
I don't
because
know.
I've seen you kill in both rooms.
Yeah, I had to follow you. That's how I
Yeah.
met you.
Really?
Yes. I had to follow you. Came in
I
to
didn't
do
know
a
that.
workout, and it was a booked show. And I'm like, wait. I'm like, what? It's the second time that happened. I'm like, somebody kill me. No, but it's just so funny. I had to follow you, but it was more of like a mixed crowd, but mostly black. So it went really well, and I had people that were, my fan after. But
Why do you think you do so good
how
in
do
black
you do
rooms?
So good? Why do I do? Because I don't know. I grew up like in New Orleans, and there it's not really about. I mean, maybe it is about race, and maybe I just didn't know because I was on the black side of it all.
Right.
But maybe it was. But I always tell people New Orleans is about rich and poor, and you're either
And you seem
rich
very
or you're
comfortable
poor.
around us.
Black more so than white. I'm very uncomfortable around rich white people. I feel
Why
bad
is
about
that?
that. Because when I was growing up, super duper extremely poor, my mom got me on reduced tuition, which was practically free tuition, free lunch, used uniforms, any coupon she could get into Catholic school.
Yeah, EBT before the word
I
EBT.
just wrote a new joke. I was not on EBT. They didn't have it. My mom was making food stamps rain on the cashier. She's like, what, you need another one? Yeah, you need another one? I'm going to get you. Hold on. You want the Doritos? You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
But the thing is that I feel like those people talked so badly about me. And I remember the parents talking about my family or asking me questions about my life. It made me so uncomfortable. And I thought, these are the most judgmental people. I'm not saying all people. I'm saying my experience around these rich white people. One of their daughters had lice, and my little sister
damn.
did not.
Okay.
And one of the rich white parents grabbed the teacher and said, check Sophia's hair again right in front of me. There's no way this family doesn't have lice and we do.
No!
Yeah, like when I go to rich people's houses, do I sit on their sofa? Probably not. I sit on the floor. I'm more comfortable. Like I'll take my place down here.
Okay.
Wait, before we continue on, I have to introduce this man to your
we
right.
just got going.
We just got right into it tonight.
and
Ladies and
I'm-
gentlemen, Fact Man himself, ladies and gentlemen, said Brass in the
Yo,
building. What's up, Brass?
What's up, man? I'm excited, man.
How was Houston, Texas? Or it hasn't come up yet?
It's coming up this week.
Oh, it's
Friday.
coming up next
You
week.
haven't went yet.
Are you
Yeah,
excited?
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited. I've been on phone calls leading up to coming into the studio today, so it's exciting. It's about to be crazy.
It's about to be crazy.
One day we can actually all go and probably experience what I experience.
Do you have
every
to
year.
rest up before you go to Houston?
Man,
knowing that
I rest up,
you have to
detox.
mentally prepare.
Not mentally, but physically prepare. I've been drinking water all week because I know I'm about to get it in.
Because he knows he's going to wake up having alcohol for breakfast every day.
Every day. It's going to be drinking all day, every day. So it's going to be a crazy
You're going to feel like you in Cancun.
Shout out to PVAMU.
Yes.
It's going down this weekend, man. Probably one of the biggest homecomings next to like Howard Homecoming.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. We got to give a big shout out to DJ Dano.
DJ. What up,
DJ Dano? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man.
DJ the parties. You play golf?
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Monday.
Oh, so you
Must be
deep
nice.
in it right now. Where'd you play?
We played Rio Hondo.
I like Rio Hondo.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Nice
man.
course. First time playing Rio Hondo?
First time.
Okay.
Really impressed.
Right off the 5 or 60 freeway, something
right
like
off
that.
the ghetto
605.
of Central.
Yeah, I played Rio Hondo.
And then we did the DeBell for an extra challenge.
DeBell, I have stories about DeBell. DeBell is one of the places I shot my highest worst score.
Okay.
I'll never
Which
forget
was?
the year I started. I admit it, I shot a 149.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought my 129 at Robinson Ranch was bad.
And then came back 15 years later and shot a 79.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
I'll
good.
give you applause for that.
Yeah. So it was a place that I played the worst I ever, because I'd only been playing like 6 months. And I went back 15 years later and had my best score ever. So
Nice.
I had to get back at DeBell.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful course.
So we're going to dive into the show. And I
Let's
like
go.
this. We just started getting into some,
Yeah, we in there.
you know,
Let's go.
being real, talking about ourselves. First of all, big shout out to at Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy at Dash Radio. Say it, let them know about the YouTube.
Yeah, check us out. We're streaming right now live, youtube.com/The Funny Don't Stop Show. We got quite a few people on here watching and commenting, so it's a good vibe, man. Our viewership is going up. Like it, subscribe it, get the alerts so you'll know when we're going on live. So we're doing good.
Absolutely. And also, everybody, make sure you download that free app. All right, at Dash Radio. All you got to do is click on at Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy and just laugh your ass off. We're going to jump right into it. We got to talk about your boy 6ix9ine.
Oh, your boy.
Tekashi 6ix9ine just signed with a $10 million record deal.
That's what I'm hearing.
From
I'm
prison?
not surprised.
Who does that?
That's what I'm hearing.
Talk to me, Savvy. What's the latest?
Yeah, man. I think the label that he was already under signed him to a $10 million deal for 2 albums, one to be released in Spanish and one to be released in English. So I guess when he gets out, he's coming home to a pretty nice bag and 2 albums that he got to release.
And I heard the name of the album was supposed to be My Last Days.
Oh, I thought you were serious.
Nigga, that's what it's gonna be. But it's gonna be his last days. I don't know how this dude thinks that he is going to last. And then I heard he's saying he doesn't want to have like extra security and all that. Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah, he didn't want because whenever you're a federal witness, they offer you the program. What's the program?
Witness protection.
There you go. Where they change everything. He didn't want that. He said, "I'm fine with just the security that I had before I came here."
Okay.
He couldn't survive witness protection. Look at his hair and his face and his tattoos.
Like,
How you gonna hide?
Well, because he's gonna have to remove all of that stuff.
That would be kind of painful to get all that shit off your face.
Right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Nah,
Betsy, do you have any tattoos?
No, that's not going
No,
down.
I don't have tattoos.
No tattoos. Seth, do you have tattoos?
Nah, absolutely
Does anybody
not.
here have tattoos?
Witness protection for real? That's no.
He declined
Not
it.
happening.
That 2 was for what? I just saw somebody hold up a 2. I don't know if that meant
2 tattoos.
Oh yeah, 2 tattoos.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Oh, and by the way, man, you can't see him, but we always give big shout outs to our producer, the guy that got us looking extra fly. And also our producer, of course, Doc is in the building, always cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Mr. Cool.
Yes, sir. What up, Doc? You look good doing your thing.
Mr. Cool.
All right, so let's move along, man. I know we were just talking about this the other day, but some crazy stuff came up with your favorite shoe company.
No, not mine.
Skechers. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but Nike is actually suing Skechers because they bit off I think it was the Air Max 270 or something.
How would that even look?
Dude.
Oh, is that a picture of it there live?
I tell
Yeah.
you, all
It looked
they
like
did
it.
was take
You
off
gotta be kidding
the
me.
swoosh and put an S on it, brother.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that. Come on, man.
do y'all see this shit?
Yeah.
And what they're doing is there's for every single penny that they made.
Those look kind of nice right there.
But those are Nikes, nigga.
Nah.
All they did was put an S on it. Come on, man.
It's a little
Those
deviation.
are the real ones. And then when you see the Skechers version, you see all they did was lift the Nike up and put an S on it.
It's a little different.
What's your fit?
The Nike doesn't have that little toe on it. The Nike,
Come on, it's the same blue.
man, that is not. It's the blueprint, but it's not the quite
Yeah, but
the
you
same.
can't steal like that.
Yeah, you can. I agree.
You have
You
to
can.
change it 10%
I agree.
in fashion.
Something.
10% to steal
Well, that
it.
ain't no. When I'm saying all they did was take the goddamn swoosh off and put an
That's
S on
it. But if there's a 4th grade teacher right now wearing them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not giving a damn, man.
No, there's a night manager at a Home Depot right there, walking up and down the plumbing aisle, comfortable as a motherfucker with
Yeah.
some shoes that cost $14.
I'm going to buy a pair and wear them next week.
You better know. If you wear some Skechers on this motherfucker, you're gonna be in here barefoot.
You said
Really?
Dude, there's no
$14.
Skechers allowed.
You
in here.
can buy one, get one free.
It's a no sketcher rule. I didn't know that.
No Sketcher rule on the Funny Don't Stop show.
Wait. Alice. I saw a web page last week that had a survey.
Okay.
Top 10 most comfortable shoes. 7 of them were Skechers.
Okay.
I'm sure they're
I
right here.
don't care.
So how you gonna enforce sketcher rules in here and Brazy wear sketchers?
My wife don't wear no goddamn Skechers.
She told me she got some
Skechers.
Skechers.
Yeah, that's when she was pregnant, and that's how she got a pass.
Okay.
As
All right.
See,
soon
they're
as the
comfortable.
baby came out, I took the shoes off the emergency table and slid on some goddamn Air Maxes on those motherfuckers. No Skechers in my house, dog. And then my mother-in-law wanted to bring some home for my son. I'm like, no, we can't do that.
Most comfortable shoe on the planet.
Great,
Yeah.
Docker boy.
Not
You
for the
got-
kids.
Docker boy, damn.
So let's move on. Let me just tell you how crazy the sneaker game is right now. How the sneaker game is like the dope game now. Just yesterday at an LA seaport, they seized over 14,000 pairs of the off-white Nikes. Everybody knows about the off-whites, and it came up to like a total of $2 million.
Wow.
So off-whites, just so you know, you can't buy them in the mall.
Right.
Everybody that knows, the story behind Virgil Abloh, he's now the head of fashion at Louis Vuitton, but he also has his Off-White brand, and he did a collaboration with Nike.
Yeah.
And it is just taking off in the new generation. So people are really, really, really paying top dollar, like $1,500, $2,000 for these Off-Whites.
Yeah.
But that just shows how serious it is. Now hold on, let me explain these.
Those are off-whites?
No.
Is that
I need
Jesus?
you to slow down. I need you to slow down with the pictures. Because I'm looking at the pictures and I'm trying to talk at the same time.
Was that Jesus?
No, let me do the talking first. So yes, to answer your question, some custom sneaker designer came up with the brilliant idea, and he called them the Jesus sneakers.
Okay.
He took some water from the Sea of Galilee,
Oh, God.
where Jesus walked, and with a needle injected the holy water into the air pockets of the Nikes. And the shoes were blessed and ordained by a famous Catholic priest, and that's them right there.
Oh, wow.
And they sold for $1,500 in 4 minutes.
Wow.
What you laughing at, Salvi?
Wow. I'm
Yeah, what do you-
gonna make me like some Roscoe's chicken and waffle Air Max, right?
I mean, this
and go
is
get
just-
some
it's
grease.
not
Put some syrup.
Yeah, get some. Yeah,
Bro.
inject that joint with some syrup and see what I can get for that.
It's just unbelievable the scammy ways people have discovered
Yeah.
to
To get
make
money.
money.
Yeah.
I mean, people are so naive and fickle that
Right.
they would do something like that.
Well, here's my thing.
Yeah.
Whoever this creative guy is that came up with the Jesus sneakers, you need to hook up with Kanye immediately.
Oh yeah, he
Because
won't.
now that hold on, let me finish. Now that Kanye is a born again Christian,
Right.
and he just found the Lord, and he left Nike and went to Adidas. Can you imagine if that dude hooked up with Nike, and now you got the holy water Yeezys?
Right.
Yeah.
That would be
You got the holy water Jesus walks.
Holy water, Jesus walks.
Come on, man. You know how crazy. And then, you know, the kind of person Kanye is, and when Adidas got that kind of money, they can mess around and sign up the Pope.
Yeah, you never know.
And the Pope be in your commercials.
Pope Francis in the commercial.
Yeah.
God
That
damn.
would be awesome.
How crazy would that be that the Pope is wearing holy water Yeezys?
You'd be walking on water like Jesus.
Be walking on water. And then the bad part, you're going to get dudes all around the country thinking they can walk on water now and drown
Oh, right and left,
in
man.
the holy water Yeezys.
Them 2020 Jerusalem Nikes.
Segment that we do every week with our girl Betsy right here. And it's called right there. Just shit. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we need to record
Yeah,
that
that's
one
so
time.
awesome.
What?
Fined and arrested.
Oh, supposed to keep it going.
A lady fined and arrested for
Philippines?
you can't wear a thong in the Philippines.
Why?
Interesting.
Your ass to yourself
So
in
would
the
you
Philippines.
would you break? Oh, okay.
I need to wear what I want, and I need people
Absolutely.
to get over it.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying I have the biggest ass. I work it out, and if I want to put a
Work it
string
out.
bikini on it, then that's what I want.
Hey,
to
that's
do.
your choice.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. She was fined $2,500 in Filipino money, which is like $50 in American money, but still, it's a fine and
So it's
arrested.
like $50 per cheek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, at least that was it, though. They would have whooped their ass in Dubai.
Could you imagine laying by the pool? The management company comes up to you and says, "Don't wear that again.
Right.
You're not allowed to wear that here." And the
That's
next day, you're like,
crazy.
"It's art. I'm wearing it
Wow.
again."
Yeah.
Your ass
A
goes to jail.
string bikini.
That is crazy. So I guess
Yeah.
there's no freedom of speech out there. Right?
No freedom of
No
showing
freedom
your
of
ass.
No
showing
fre-
your ass.
She ain't going to jail for speech.
That, I can just
Yeah.
imagine a video of her in handcuffs with her ass out,
Right.
Yeah.
putting her in the car and shit.
Yeah. Looking like a hooker in Vegas or something.
So give us some more of that chick shit.
Okay, more of the chick shit. Forever 21 is bankrupt. Closed
Damn.
350 stores. They closed the one on the promenade, the
Yeah,
three-story.
and Forever 21 was like a huge department store.
Yeah, it was
because they
big, man.
mastered cheap shit that looked dope. Ladies, am I right?
Oh my God! But Alex, they went too crazy. They were doing like I have a Mountain Dew bomber from them. That's so awesome. I mean, I love Forever 21.
A Mountain Dew bomber.
I hate it.
Mountain Dew bomber. What the hell? How'd that happen?
I'm doing the dip.
A Mountain Dew bomber.
Wow, it's so cool.
So would they have a Kool-Aid bomber in there too, or something?
I mean, they should, but they don't.
But you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even a girl, and I can tell you right now. But I'm into fashion. Fashion Nova knocked them out the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Pretty much what
Fashion
happened.
Nova.
I mean, do you know about Fashion Nova?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody.
Does the guys in here know about Fashion Nova?
Yeah, we all know.
Dude, when I tell you they mastered, and you tell me if I'm right, you're a woman.
Yeah.
Fly lady shit that's cheap as fuck. Like if you have a nice body, you can have on a $10 Fashion Nova outfit and pull up to the Grammys
And look, yeah, you look like $1 million.
and look sexy
And
as
then
hell.
they got these Halloween costumes that are like sexy and
Yeah.
hot as hell.
Well, you know what took them. You know what took them to the next level. Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi
When Cardi B signed on, she became the new ratchet superstar, and she was speaking to that generation.
Yep, she blew it up.
Blew it up, and then you got to understand. Also, another thing that made them huge was the internet. They got literally any and every girl. Like the joke I used to do a while back. I said, just because you take pictures don't make you a model.
Right.
But you know, every chick on Instagram that takes pictures thinks she's a model.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you can really put Fashion Nova on it, and somebody be like, "Oh, she might really be a Fashion Nova model."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they didn't discriminate.
Right.
And I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Because money's green.
I
Whether the
love
chick is
that.
$350
Yeah.
or $115. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You know they got a Fashion Over Men now. They launched that this
they
year.
got some cool stuff
So,
too.
you know, I haven't bought anything on there, but, you know,
They
it's
got some
cool.
cool stuff,
It's
too.
cool for the brothers that want
And
to
you
wear
know
that kind of
the girl
stuff.
that was like their first huge model.
Yeah. She's
She
still
was-
the spokesperson
she's
for him,
still
so it's
the
all
spok-
good.
what is her
Yeah.
name?
Yodi. Shout out to Yodi, Ethiopian.
Yeah,
She's
Yodi,
the
I know. She, like,
spokesperson for Fashion Nova, so she's doing a thing over there.
Absolutely, because they actually have a store in the mall now.
Yep.
No, for real?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
the Topanga Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's your girl's in the window.
yeah.
I remember her being like the first.
Do their clothes identify itself? Like if Bling and Betsy had it on, would I know?
You
Not
wouldn't
really.
know.
No, but not really.
You won't know.
It's
You
not
won't
like
know.
Fendi, Louis Vuitton, Gucci.
Right. So there's no big logo that stands
Nah.
out. There's
I'm
no
not even-
belt buckles that says Fashion Over on it.
Absolutely not. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but I swear some of this stuff you can get at the Slots and Swap.
Yeah.
Really? The Fashion Nova stuff?
No. Not Fashion Nova.
Oh, yeah.
but it looks just
Yeah.
like it because it's really
Yeah, and they do some. They do
It's
third party.
really cheap, but if
Yeah.
you have a nice body, you
Yeah.
can get
You
away
work with
with it doesn't have to be a name. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't even think nice body if you just don't. If you're not obese or out of shape,
Yeah.
because you could be slim
And shout out
like
to the
Betsy,
obese,
right?
overweight women that are watching right now. We love
Yeah.
the big mamas, the chunkies, the thickums. You know what I mean?
They're all
What's the other word for bigger women? What does Speedy used to call them?
Fluffy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
all the fluffy ladies.
Fluffy.
What'd you say?
Big.
Oh, yeah, well, without being mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that, but then they'll probably tune off.
Fluffy, yeah,
they're
fluffy.
wearing Fashion Nova looking good in it too.
They
You
sure
see
are.
them. They really are. It
And
looks
I'm gonna
good
say
on
that
everybody.
again, so nobody gets it twisted. Shout out to all the big girls out there with all that confidence. Do your thing, girl. You know what I'm saying?
The Lane
Look
Bryants.
cute. Yeah, look cute while you eating your Whopper. You know what I'm saying? You look cute with a fat burger in your hand.
Yeah.
A beer.
Yeah. or make sure it's an Impossible Burger, right?
An Impossible burger with a Michelob Light in your hand. And shit.
Hilarious. Damn.
And as we're speaking of fashion, another big California has become the first state in America to ban furs.
Oh wow.
Furs, you know,
Any kind of fur?
well, you know, PETA was already on them,
Yeah.
but now it's like if you mess around, now that's what I don't understand. Can you get arrested for that?
You can wear it if you have it. It's out of production, so they can. It's starting in 2 years, I think it is. They basically say you cannot buy it. You cannot. If you guys don't know this, animals are skinned while they're living because they just skin them, rip their skin off, and they die in a very cruel, vicious way. They're electrocuted to death up the butt. Half of them are just in pins on top of each other, and their bones are sticking out. They can't move. They can't nothing.
Wow.
It is the worst animal cruelty, so it is the biggest, most amazing thing that could ever happen. Because the thing is like people don't know. If people knew this, that would have been banned a long time
I did
ago.
not know they are electrocuted. Usually, when you're watching these shows, you see people out hunting, and you'll see them with a rifle,
Right.
kill the whatever it is, the bear or whatever. Then they
yeah.
skin them. I didn't know they.
They cannot get blood on
But
the
it's
fur.
but it's
ruins it.
crazy though, like the extent we go to things like that, man. Because I mean, they got people working in diamond mines over in Sierra Leone, man. But yet we want the big fat rocks on our fingers and in our ears. People getting killed for that too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, so
they're
I mean,
like they make like cruelty-free diamonds now. It's
I did
crazy.
not know. I did not know that. I
Yes!
did not know that.
You
So
get
in
them
other
for,
words,
like,
it's just not real.
So
No,
No,
they're
no, no.
real.
No, they're
lying
real.
Other
Yo,
places.
you go to propose to your wife, Alex. You got your diamond. You like, look, did some African man have to die for this shit? You know, did somebody have to dig this up before?
Yeah.
So it's like they got paperwork on this shit. Like, how do you figure it out?
Baby, that's a vegan diamond.
That's a
Put
vegan
that in.
Blood
You understand me?
diamond.
Yeah.
That's a vegan diamond right there. And also, let me tell you how far they're going. They're going as far as the biggest circus of all time, Ringling Brothers.
Yeah.
Out of business.
No longer can you have bears, tigers, elephants, and what's the other?
Lions, tigers,
Lions,
bears.
tigers, bears.
No animals.
Oh my.
Yeah, because remember they were jumping through hoops and they considered that cruelty. You know, you see an elephant on a ball, but then what happened is you also every 4 or 5 years an elephant goes, let me show this nigga why I need to be back in Africa.
Right.
And I'm gonna stomp his ass out. And it happens every once in a while because they're not made for this.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get them all to become more like Circus Soleil, where there's no animals, it's still a circus show. But you got to think about it. This new generation wouldn't know that. I know the older, we grew up with tigers jumping through fire.
And all that.
I
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
see it
yeah.
at the circus when I was a kid.
Yeah, but no longer. I guess they're trying to.
They keeping the monkeys though, right?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know the
Oh.
monkey count or the monkey rules.
You know what it is?
I'm just
It's
saying.
the cruelty and the training. It's
Yeah.
the how you think
No,
you're going to
exactly.
get that 100,000-pound elephant to do what you want
You
to
gotta
do.
They
beat him
whooping
up.
his ass to
Gotta
get him
whoop
up
his
there.
ass.
Yeah, they whooping his ass.
Say
to
meet
make
up
him
on the
jump
stool.
over.
Terribly, yeah.
Get your ass up there, Dumbo.
Yeah.
Good. Y'all,
Yeah.
let me see. You know what I want to see? I want to see some bad people in a circus. Let's beat their ass. Get them jump your
It's called prison.
Right. What's your feeling on that, Sad?
I mean,
like if you had kids, would you want to take them to the circus to see the elephant do jump rope and hopscotch and shit?
well,
Hopscotch.
Yeah.
You want to see a monkey shooting dice? You know what I mean? That was always the funny thing. You see see animals doing regular shit.
Yeah.
And here's the tiger smoking a new
Yeah.
How did you get him to smoke a new
Yeah. He's playing a 3-card Monty. You got the monkey playing a 3-card Monty. You know, the interesting thing is that
watch Jerome take
Yeah.
your money.
Oh shit!
Get a monkey talking about what they
Niggling
hitting
Brothers.
for and shit, you know.
Niggling Brothers Circus.
Nigga Brothers Circus.
Watch your animals.
7.
Come watch the animals do nigger shit.
yeah,
And here's a bear doing a drive-by.
yeah. And it's funny y'all said that because that's actually where I was going to go with it.
All right, let's hear
You know, when I've gone on trips with kids in the past,
Hold on one
on
second.
field trips, I know. Let them get it out.
Hold
You
on,
got to
let
get
me
it out.
stop Give him about 5
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah. Let them get it out.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
But you're
man.
supposed to laugh
Stupid.
like that.
You
That's what I
stupid,
love.
man.
Funny Don't Stop Show.
Come on, man.
Yeah, no
Now
doubt.
say it. Finish what you were saying.
No, I'm always the one to educate kids on how we used to be the actual circus act. We used to be the actual monkeys in the cage, and we used to be the ones jumping through the fire hoops and all of that.
Right.
So it's kind of ironic that, you know, now it's this kind of almost selective outrage on the atrocities that were faced through the transatlantic slave trade, the
Exactly.
sub-Saharan slave trade, and all throughout, you know, Africa. And now what you guys were talking about. But now when we look at it, it's a big thing now that we're doing it to the animals. Not to make it more right, but to understand the path that we have traveled and how far we've come as a people. So I'm always reflecting on those
I'm
things.
just curious because just for our fans to know, this is a temporary studio until the new studio opens at Dash. But that huge ass air conditioner that just went on sounded like a goddamn tsunami just happened. Raul, are you hearing that? Because maybe one of you can go tell the guy outside. You can't? I just wanted to make sure because that shit sounded like it was Armageddon in this.
That took me back to the projects days, man.
Start talking regular. I'm gonna just do my impression. So tell us. So
man.
Sad, how's it gonna when you go back to Prairie View this
Yeah,
weekend?
man, when I go back, I'm land. Yeah,
Like really?
yeah.
I love your laugh, Betsy.
Yeah.
Betsy. I love
It
your laugh.
is cool as hell in here,
That's
though.
good. I like
Yeah,
it.
it does feel
And a
good
good
though.
ass breeze came
Feels
with that
good, but
fucking
it is a
tsunami.
fucked up
good.
sound for the
Yeah.
people listening to us in Siberia right
We
now.
been in another studio. Alex be in there sweating. You not sweating today though, man.
Because I like it cool. I just do not like shit hot, nigga. I'm not trying to look in here looking like a runaway slave in this motherfucker. Like a piece of rotisserie chicken in this motherfucker.
Yeah. You don't remember the times we used to have the window units? Was you that poor when we had like the window unit in the joint, man?
Yes.
And the glass came down like halfway.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Man,
That's
Now,
called.
they wouldn't laugh at
Said
that.
you were rich if you had that. No,
a window unit? Okay.
when we were poor, we had a window. When you were poor, you didn't have no AC.
Hold up. Did you say window?
Yeah.
How about sleeping in sleeping bags every night outside?
Yeah.
I had a regular fan and just used to put a pack of ice behind the motherfucker.
Oh,
You had
wow.
a window
Oh,
fan.
man, what projects did you grow up in?
Yeah. I had a fan. We were pouring water. We were having a wet T-shirt contest in
man.
the room.
Hey,
wow.
so I'm gonna move right along, man. This is some more serious stuff right here. 21-year-old DeAndre Somerville. I know everybody knows the situation. He was sentenced to 10 days of jail for oversleeping and missing his jury duty, and ended up getting 10 days in prison. And like everybody's wondering, like, was that a little too harsh? Let's start with you, Said, because I know you know the whole story, man. Come on, man, talk to us.
Oh, man, that was crazy. A lot of people said it was racial for the simple fact that, you know, it was a white judge and he made a point to basically make an example
out of him, like,
out of this
make
kid.
sure your alarm clock goes off, motherfucker.
Yeah, out
You're
of
gonna
this
do
kid.
hard time.
Yeah, that's ridiculous to actually give him that kind of time for missing jury duty. But subsequently, I must say that the judge did redact the sentencing on him, and now he's eradicated the entire sentencing and every time served on everything.
But he did the 10 days.
Yeah, he did the 10
You
days.
can't take that back.
Can't take the
Like,
10
I'm
days.
sorry
back.
that you got fucked in your ass that first night. I'm gonna take that back.
That's the cold part.
And that's my bad. No, it's my bad and my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the 1 year probation and actually having it on his record, you know, yes, the 10 days you can't take it back. But it was such a great outcry from the community.
Yeah.
And they were like, this is a good kid. He had no crime. He was very active in his church,
yeah,
very
I saw
active
that.
in his community, and all these people came out to speak to the judge. And then the judge was like, okay, well, given the fact that so many people have vouched for him, I think it's best that it's time served. But a lot of people think that people on high called the judge up and made him change the sentencing. So.
Well,
What you in for?
what you in for? You know what I mean?
But wait, wasn't he? He was on a case though.
Jury
He
duty,
was
huh?
on a case.
he got assigned to jury
So,
duty.
okay, but it wasn't just showing up, sitting there waiting for a case. It was on a case.
Yeah, he
And
was.
I'm thinking, what are you doing? Why are they picking 21-year-olds to decide federal cases?
No, that is very
but
true.
that's the problem. Why would you pick a 20? You think a 21-year-old should decide your fate?
Consider you an adult at 21, so.
I'm thinking, God, he didn't show up.
Debates off of like on people platforms, and there was a kid on there that was 21. Well, it's not a kid on this panel because you're only 21.
Haven't lived yet.
You can't even speak to experience of what it means to be a black man. I'm not trying to shut him down to speak, but essentially add anything to the conversation because you just turned 21 this year.
That's true.
You
Has
haven't-
anybody here? I'm just
Yeah.
curious. Has anyone ever done jury duty? Because I've been offered several times and I've always ditched it.
I guess I'm too
Yeah,
dumb.
do that.
They never picked me.
I've done
If
it.
you did it?
I've done it.
Doc, you did it?
I've
So you
always
done it?
did.
Yeah, I don't like to do it, man. Like you usually, like I said, I curved them. But one time I got like a yellow paper saying that they were going to suspend my license and fine me.
Yep.
So I went on ahead and went, but I didn't get selected. Me off that I did show up, and then I didn't have to worry about it. No
Do you get
Nice.
paid for what?
For the
$10
day.
for the day?
But
For
y'all,
the day?
I just sit in the room the whole day, and then they let me
Me
go.
too.
Oh, you did
Same
it?
here.
Oh, so you've done it?
I've sat in the room
Yeah.
a million times.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Did
never
you get
picked
paid
you.
every time?
No.
No,
Bro,
you're not gonna get paid.
gotta
if you
pay
don't.
for
Oh, I've
parking.
never
Bro,
done it, so I don't have any idea. I
They
just
give you a back to work note and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I just say I'm a black militant, and then they don't pick me anyway.
Yeah.
They're like, all right.
I got picked once, Alex. I got picked once for a case of a homeless guy that had a handmade pistol gun. They call it a pipe gun.
Yeah, they do them in jail.
Yeah, no, because he defended himself. He was his own lawyer, and he was homeless.
Oh, wow.
So that was a quick trial. And then the second time I went for jury duty, I told him I was an independent business because otherwise I can't make no money. And
Right.
Oh, it's as simple as that?
on the books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're ready to fine you $1,500. Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to move on to the I Said So.
Oh man.
With Said Brass, ladies and gentlemen. I know
Oh,
Said Brass.
man, this ain't
That's all we
funny.
got to listen to what this man said. So talk to us.
Said so.
I Said So.
Yeah, this ain't
Talk to
funny,
us.
man. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. all right?
Okay. You look like you about to steal on a
I
nigga.
know.
This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop your fucking mouth.
No, I got real serious. I got real serious with that one.
Nigga, you looked at me like, yeah, and you
Y'all got the blindly making me, feel a certain type of way.
militant.
Yeah, it's an extra militant vibe going on.
My milk and magnesium.
My milk
And magnesia.
white. That's what you know. It's when you take the W with the H. White. You are
OMG.
white. You are. See, I'm white.
Wait till I come up in here with a tan.
Yeah. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Just be
Come in here,
red.
Olive one weekend.
Don't start that one.
So talk to us, Said.
Yeah, so a Penn State fan wrote on his social media, it created a social media storm over an open letter that he wrote to one of the football players on the team, saying that his dreadlocks look disgusting and says that he should just use it with the coaches. And he sent the letter to the coaches as well saying they need to clean up the players. More importantly, saying the players are starting to look bad because a lot of the players, that's the thing in football, they're wearing the dreadlocks. And he said, this is Penn State. Our players shouldn't look like Florida State and Miami players.
Ooh.
So he explained that his comments weren't racial. And so, I've been creating these conversations and other platforms to see what do people really think. Some people saying, well, he has his opinion. Some people saying, well, that is racial.
It is.
Other people are just saying it's ignorance.
Yeah, it's
so there's
ignorance.
certain levels to, how people will feel about it. But it's created such a medium that the team had to actually come back and we aren't, acknowledging these comments. The coach has said that this plan, and a lot of the students came out against this.
Well, my question is, I wonder if Florida State is playing Penn State this year
Yeah.
because if them brothers heard
Yeah.
that, somebody gonna get their teeth knocked out because that is racist. That's basically saying Florida State, they got the gold teeth and they look like, you know, the trick daddies and the dreads. And
Right.
yeah, they some real hood dudes down there. But that's the last thing you want to say because yes, it is racist. And yes, it is kind of like saying they're not clean and you should be, you know, faded up or whatever. Come on, man. Shape, size, and colors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's very racist.
And they don't have such.
Exactly.
Let's really get deep with Penn State.
Yeah, exactly.
We all know what's happened with that program. They damn near got the death penalty 3 years ago.
Man.
And I'm going to tell y'all, I want to see who wrote the letter because I might have a problem with his ass the way he
Absolutely. He kind of looks like Tom Brady.
There you go.
Let's not even saying.
Yeah, we get it.
You know what I mean?
And it's just the hypocrisy, man, because we see people all the time celebrating it in music. They celebrate it all the time. But when it's kind of on their front door, a lot of people get offended. And it's a selective outrage on what they want to be upset and mad about. But I bet the same guy is Michael Jordan is his best player. And, you know, he has a lot of black people that he loves. So it's just interesting. Yeah, I know. I love the sound effects. It's just
I will say this though, I'm black and I'm gonna say this. This shit's just kind of been bothering me lately.
Okay.
Some of these dudes is going a little too far with these damn dreads. I was watching Monday Night Football last night. I don't know, the dude's dreads were so long you couldn't see his last name or his jersey number. His shit he could have tucked his dreads in his pants.
Damn.
Long the dude's dreads were, and it was like crazy. You can't even go and number. I don't know what.
But that's like roster though, man.
You know,
But that's like roster though. That's where man's strength comes from his hair. That's a
no.
traditionally,
I
right?
get that, but it just kind of looks funny because I think it was a play last year. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. And dude got an interception, and dude, you know when you're running and you're trying to dive, pulled his dread. Not only pulled the dread out, tackled the dude, and he like saved the touchdown. So the big dilemma was, is that fair? What do you call?
It's legal.
Can you? And it was legal.
Yeah, you can do it. If you're going to wear it, you can tackle
If you're going to wear it, you can pull some of that. If I were that dude, I would have shaved my dreads. They're going to stop me from getting touchdowns now. They're going to be targeting my braids.
I don't think that should be legal. I don't think it should be legal. I mean, I don't care about football, but I don't think it should be legal to pull somebody's hair and tackle them down.
Why is? I mean, if you got a ponytail that's going down to your ass cheeks and you're running the ball, and I dive and I miss your body, but I can pull your ponytail, it's considered a part of your body.
It's not a real tackle. You're pulling hair like a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, you're right. And the flip side is, why do you have a goddamn ponytail going down your back? A great point. And Raul, I like how you're taking pictures. Can you take more, please, from a few different angles? Thank you. So said, what's the next I said so?
What we got next, man? You know, not a basher. I always like to make that point.
We got to say it up front, and I'll second it. We are not gay bashing. You say it.
We're not gay bashing.
Now get on to your topic.
I'm just a truth seeker, and I'm out here to give the truth and the information. So I'll let that be the chat feed and everybody to talk about. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get what everybody's vibe is. You know, obviously Billy Porter came out, you know, on a big storm on the red carpet last year.
The Oscars.
Yeah. Well, you know, on a national level, a lot of people, you know, found out who Billy Porter is. Came out with a kind of like a tuxedo mesh kind of dress little situation. So, hey, he's blowing up off that, right? Yeah, he's blowing up off that. So, that gives everybody a little refresher of who Billy Porter is. So now he's getting gigs off this. And now he's
almost like, why we asking? Because I know you're like, oh my God, he's scarce.
Yeah, I want to borrow his outfits.
I know.
And play dress up with him.
I know.
He looks great. Good for him. Let him win.
Can I just be honest right now? This is and I wasn't really going to say anything, and I'm going to try to do it as nice as I can. Because again, it's a shame I have to go. For all the listeners, I'm not gay bashing. Like being a comedian, because you have to watch what you say, how you say it, not talk about this at all.
Yeah.
You know, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and I have a son that's about to be 2. There could be a lot of people that are upset with me on that. I get it. The new generation. How can you talk like that? I can't, because that's me. And as a father, I'm going to tell him wrong. And my wife is on the same page as me. It's unfortunate. I'm very, very good friends. I'm good friends. I know Dwayne Wade. I know Gary. But it kind of disturbed me a little this morning when I saw the post where and Dwayne said, "Hey, my girls," and it just made me. It was like a kick in my nuts, because I'm like, that's kind of valid. I'm a woman, and I'm gonna start wearing skirts, and I'm like, where do you go? That to me.
Watch the show I Am Jazz. Would never put on boys' clothes at the age of like 2 and 3. She refused.
Where is the parents to go at 2? Like when you go, she would never. Where is the parent to go? No. At 2, you're wearing pants. You're not gonna wear a skirt. Where is that wrong? How is it wrong to tell them wrong from right? Hey, I don't know anything.
Yeah. At 3, I didn't.